Switching payroll companies. What a nightmare, right? I'm Ashley Hamilton from Complete Payroll, and I'm going to explain what we do and what you can do to ensure a smooth transition to a new payroll provider. Let's get started. Change is hard. Change is scary. Fear makes us stay in places and situations longer than we should, because the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. I know, right? Deep thoughts by Ashley. Anyways, fear is no excuse to stay with a solution that just isn't working for you. Here are some things to consider when switching payroll companies. Set expectations up front. Make sure that everyone is on the same page about a few very important items. Timelines, needs, data, and the players. Timelines. Basically, when do you want to start running payroll? Why does this matter? Well, New Year starts are the easiest, but usually that's also the busiest time of year for you and your company. New Year starts are easy because we need less data to get you up and running. You have no year-to-date information that needs to be entered, no prior tax liabilities that need to be collected, no confusion on who pays or files what. It's a clear line in the sand. On the flip side, with the first of the year comes a lot of changes. For example, benefit rates tend to change, so do pay rates, minimum wage. The new payroll provider, us, needs to make sure they are bringing over the correct year's rates information. Some people like to target a new quarter start because those can be cleaner as well. There's also less prior tax collection that needs to happen at quarter break. And if cash flow is tight, that can either help or be a problem. But let's not diss mid-year and mid-quarter transitions. Just know that there will be more year-to-date info to gather and possibly more taxes to fund, temporarily while you wait to be refunded from your previous provider. Also, what's up with your timekeeping system? First, do you have one? If not, hit us up. If so, keep in mind when you need to start punching on the new system to hit the check date that you're targeting. Make sure that everyone is aware of the target dates and what needs to happen in order for that to be met. Speaking of dates, there's a lot of dates that need to be hit along the way, not just the final target date. For example, we need all of your year-to-date information by a certain date in order to have time to get it entered for your target start date. Make sure everyone knows those dates and deadlines up front. All right, let's talk about needs. If you're switching payroll companies because you're unhappy, don't recreate the same problems you had with your previous provider. Make sure you communicate to us the things that you were unhappy with your previous provider so that we know not to make the same mistakes. And if you have new needs that haven't been addressed yet, communicate those to us as well. Our founder, Rick Sr., always said, "You can't dance if you don't ask. We can't fix an issue we don't know about. So tell us about them early in the process. Please, don't wait until you run your first payroll." Data. This is a big one. You will likely give your account executive a lot of data, but it won't be everything we need. Implementation will still be asking for more. We know that you're busy, and I promise we're not trying to bug you. We just want to get things right. Simply put, good data in equals good data out. Some data comes from you, sending it to us. Sometimes we need to get into your previous system to get it ourselves. Either way, it's hard for us to make bad data good. And if you already know the data in your old system is doo-doo, communicate that to us too. Trust me, we've seen it all. No judgment here. We're not trying to enter accruals based on something you know isn't calculating correctly. Instead, send us your plan document. Also, protect your data. Make sure any data you send is encrypted. Criminals are getting good at stealing information, and payroll contains a lot of that information that they're looking to steal. Any reputable payroll provider will have a way for you to send them information securely. And you better believe ours is as secure as it gets. Players. We will need to know who from your organization should be involved in the conversion process. And, more importantly, who shouldn't. Part of protecting your data includes controlling who has access to it. I can't tell you how many times the contact that we have listed has nothing to do with payroll. Let your account executive and implementation specialist know who has the information, who makes the decisions, and who needs to be in on the calls or meetings. It helps speed up the process if everyone that we need is available and we know how to reach them. However, the fewer, the better, I have found. Parallel test and audits. Test it. Once your setup is mostly complete, you should complete a parallel test or test payroll. This is where you take a payroll that you either ran or are running in the old system and replicate it in the new system to verify that there are no differences. This process is where a lot of issues get brought to light. Taxes don't match, earnings and deductions are missing. You should go through whatever differences arise. It's important to note that not all systems are the same. Because of this, there can be tiny differences, but those are explainable. But there should be no unexplainable differences. Next, make sure your information is being audited for accuracy. Good companies will audit the information they enter in the system. Ask about it. Again, bad data in, bad data out. Training. Get trained, yo. Yes, I know you know what you're doing, but you're missing a huge opportunity if you skip training. Payroll is payroll, but system to system, the language is different. The UI is different. Take advantage of any training to help you better acclimate to the new software. Our trainers are payroll ninjas, and they know a lot of tips and best practices to help with efficiency. Never refuse training. After that, you should be good to finally run a successful, error-free payroll. At Complete Payroll, transitions are easy because we have a department dedicated to transitions with transition experts. They know what it takes to make a successful transition, but we wanted to share that with you. So whether you transition to us or someone else, you have a better, more successful experience. I'm Ashley Hamilton, and my team and I can't wait to see you in Payroll Country. Thanks for watching. Have other things you would like me to explain? Let me know by emailing ashleyexplains@completepayroll.com. Should we do one more? What time is it?